how you came up with the idea of making the Alan Wake a real person, not just a hero of the game?
That's a very good question. For us, I mean, he's always felt. I mean, we've worked with him for a very long time. We've been building Alan Wake for a very long time, and making it the game he deserves to be. We've gotten to know the character and define the character so that he almost feels real to us in a way. And so I think it's quite natural. In some ways, Sam, who's a writer, I think he started kind of himself talking about, why don't we introduce Alan Wake, my friend, and somebody I've worked with for a long time. And then it kind of spread through the team, and that's kind of where we're at.
But when I mean, the characters seem to be even coming alive. When you're building a thriller, they have to have some depth to them. They have to have their own motives and personalities, and that's part of the thriller as well. Is realizing that what you thought somebody's motive was when you start going through the story at the beginning. It turns out that they had different motives in the end, and I mean that's really about building a thriller. Is really getting to know these people and getting to know the depth about them. And Alan Wake is coming alive.
Psychological action film, the first one of the games. We have, if I can add more words, we have a strong central character, a beautiful Pacific Northwest setting, and a unique use of light during the story.
So you mentioned from the start when the people saw the first they started to watching the message boards where do you see the light? Just shoot the straight light. Where did they see a lighter? Yeah, but only after a couple hours people realized that actually it's a laser mark of a light. Just point at the enemies with it. Do you want to kind of nice idea?
Yeah. So I mean, light's important throughout Alan Wake. It's a key gameplay element in everything that you do, in the environment and in the combat, like you mentioned. So I mean, a light source such as a flashlight, Alan Wake's iconic flashlight, is always more important to the player than, for instance, a firearm. Now, Alan Wake obviously has a firearm as well, so before he can do any damage with a conventional weapon, he must first remove the protected dark presence by using the light. Life's a safe haven in the night, it's a combat tool.
The light, not just removing the protection, it's also pointing the damage.
Right, yeah, exactly. And so that is also a really smart mechanic there that hasn't been seen before. So you use the flashlight as your aiming device as well.
And it also feels more natural for Alan Wake too. I mean, he's a writer, right? So I mean, if you always had a crosshair on the screen, I think
they just saw the broken cops car, giving the information, so you don't need to have it briefing with something. It just also feels nice. And another one, and when you don't have a lot of action, Alan starts talking.
Right, so it's in a monologue. It's like, is this really happening? We're playing with subjective and objective reality, and I think that's where the psychological element
is it all in his head, or is it really happening?
And Wake's questioning himself a lot. He's questioning as he's going through, is this really happening? Did that really happen? This is strange. And it's a really nice way of keeping you immersed in the story throughout the game. So, you always know what's going on. So thinking to yourself, as Wake's thinking, about the events that are happening there. How is this playing out? What is happening here?
Can we read the book after we complete the game?
The script is pretty long.
The script is long, but there's definitely it's a good story that can be told in different forms.
like myself, for instance, that really get into the picture, really want to learn more about it, we put a lot of exploration content there. We put extra manuscript pages around the world because the game is built on open world technology, so we can make the path that the player works.
After all, it's game and all.
We don't have an open world.
You have a sandbox.
It's not a sandbox. It's not free roaming per se. But we also don't want the player to feel like he's being
pulled by a string.
Through the game. So because the original concept and what we were starting to do this game, I mean, we didn't make an open world technology. So what it allows us to do is make the path relatively wide. So the demo that I showed you today, I could have played it many different ways, and the path that I walked was relatively wide. I went down the middle because it was the most exciting way to play that demo.
But because we have kind of the capability of creating large environments and streaming those and making sure that you can get minute detail, but you can also get huge scale. So you